basketball fans, and welcome to our season opening coverage of New Hampshire high school basketball on nhsportspage.com. My name's Pete Terrier, along with our videographer John Kesty at Pelham High School in Pelham, New Hampshire for a key early season Division II matchup, the Pelham Pythons against the Portsmouth Clippers. The outstanding sophomore Keith Brown, his senior co-captain Jake Norris going up against Donovan Fenor and the Clippers. I'm told by Jim Mulvey, Fenor will play tonight. He missed the preseason scrimmage that we saw last week. The Coaches for a Cause Jamboree, both these two teams were a part of it. Fenor didn't play. He's going to play tonight, although Coach Mulvey says not sure how much we're going to get out of him coming off that ankle injury he suffered in football season. Should be a lot of fun. We got all the highlights coming up. Of course, our post-game stuff, the interviews with the winning coach and the players. It is season opening basketball right here tonight. Pelham High School on nhsportspage.com.
The cheerleading coach is a guy. Yep.
Number 21, the senior guard, Ryan Frank.
The rebound for Pelham. Up ahead, Brown to Cloutier, left baseline, the drive, one hit, a floater is good, and Pelham, he takes the lead 4-2. Then picked up the loose ball. There's Fenor, right side, passes it right corner, hands there, he'll take the three, and that knocks it down. Three ball on the way, Lahoo missed the shot, and a rebound to Frank. Up ahead, back Norris, now to Frank, straightaway three, and he gets it off the bounce. 9-6, Pelham on top. Portsmouth is a team here in the first half, so next one, Pelham shoots. Frank, top of the three to Silvestri, back to Frank, now left side, back Norris for three. It's off the mark. Silvestri offensive rebound, trying to throw it too hard to Brown, but it bounced right to back Norris, who stuck the three. 20-9 dribble, and gets it across the timeline to Silvestri. Silvestri's pass got knocked away by Devon Wilson-Miles, but it's going to be Pelham over to Brown, left wing. Back Norris, left baseline, drive, hangs in the air, and banks it home. Just an awesome 2 minutes left to go first half. Fenor right side, outside the arc, goes to Devon Wilson-Miles, high post, trying to throw a pass to Fenor. Nice save by Fenor, and Glenn puts it in. The lead down to 11, it was 15. Pelham breaks the pressure. Pelletier on the drive, passes it right baseline, Silvestri swings it out, back Norris for three! The freshman bounce pass into Glenn on the baseline, missed it, and that's it. End of the first half, Pelham up 15, 28-13 on Portsmouth. It's 29-14. Brown lost the dribble, Hansler stole it. Hansler passes it to Wilson-Miles, collects, and scores. Now, cross-court pass picked off Fenor. Back Norris. Wilson-Miles comes up with it, goes to the hole, and he travels. Second on Portsmouth as a team. Frank has it right-hand side, right to the basket, off the window, scored in the foul. It's now 32-18. The pressure almost caused a turnover. Here's a three on the way. Conway! Off the bench, Zach Conway drains the three. Conway, now middle of the floor, Frank. Frank right side, Pelletier. Pelletier underneath, Conway all alone! 36. Brown over the timeline to Rogers, bounce pass, picked off by Glenn. Glenn dribbling it back the other way, got fouled. Leads all scorers with 12 in this game. Has it right side, bounce pass back Norris, picked off Devon Wilson-Miles. Wilson-Miles to the basket, tries to jam, no. Fenor the follow, no. Wilson-Miles an offensive rebound, couple of pump fakes, puts it up, no. And Pelham comes down with it. Mackey left side, Fenor. Fenor pump fakes on the three, down low block to Wilson-Miles, turns into the lane, jump step, scores! Finally something goes well for Devon Wilson. Wilson-Miles in the paint, pull up jumper, it's short, offensive rebound. Wilson Miles tipped it in, but that thing was on the rim. They're going to wave off the basket. That might have gone. He's going to shoot. Right side, Pelham. Out of bounds. So it'll stay Pelham, just under 3 minutes left to go. Rebound Portsmouth. Mackey down 8 with the ball. The drive, left-handed hook, bounces off the back. Goes down the lane, kicks it Glynn left baseline. Glynn to the basket, hook, and it goes. Pat Glynn. It comes off his teammate, and now Hansler has it left side. Kicks it out. Glynn for 3. Cuts the lead in half. 38 to 35. Pat Glynn. And that's going to do it. 44 to 38. The shot up and no good. Pelham survives. What a way to start the season. Pelham victorious here in the Snake Pit. Boy, this place was crawling tonight with excitement. 44 to 38 the final. The Pythons beat the Portsmouth Clippers. Here to talk about it, some of the guys that helped make it happen. Ryan Frank, Jake Norris, and Keith Brown. We'll start with you, Ryan, because you were really instrumental, especially in that fourth quarter, hitting some huge free throws down the stretch. You had 4 of them, 4 for 4 from the line when you really needed it to kind of keep those guys at bay. They were making a valiant comeback. Finished with 18 points, 11 out of 13 from the charity stripe. Didn't look like the pressure of those free throws at the end bothered you at all.
Yeah, I mean, really during practice, after we run and everything, everyone else gets a water break. We just practice free throws, so I mean, it really helps when you're tired at the end of the game. Crowd doesn't really get to you as much because all you're focused on is making free throws.
Jake, you had a big first half, especially in that second quarter. Had 10 of your 11. You didn't score in the second half, but you guys got off to a great start. They were having problems just making baskets. A lot of turnovers in this game. You knew they would come back, though. What does it say about your team that you can kind of survive that frantic finish? They had, let's see, 20 points, or excuse me, only 13 at the half. They ended up finishing with 44, so especially in that fourth quarter. But what was it like for you guys to kind of try and hold them off at the end?
You know, we're going to battle, and we're going to battle every single night. We're going to come out here, give it our best effort every single night, day in and day out. We're working hard at practice, and when you work hard at practice, it's going to go over to the games. And that's pretty much in that pressure late at the end of the game. We can handle that. We've been in a lot of situations where we're having trouble keeping the lead, so we've been in that situation before, and we know how to. As of right now, we're trying to work things out, but I mean, just like you said, free throws at the end of the game, that's what's going to win the game.
We got the super sophomore down there, Keith Brown, and you struggled offensively tonight, had only 3 points in the game, and really after the first quarter you just had 1 free throw, but must say something good about your team that despite the fact that, you know, a guy that's expected to be one of the leading scorers has an off night, that you can still win ball games.
You know what, I can trust my teammates. If I'm not doing well, I can trust my other people to make the shots.
Let's talk about, I don't know if you guys are playing before next Friday night, and I don't know if you're allowed to look ahead, but I'm going to ask you to look ahead because I think you got a pretty good test coming up on Friday night. You got to go up to Pembroke and take on the Spartans, the defending champs, who are loaded back looking to defend the title. I think if I remember right, they knocked you out of the playoffs last year. Please look past that game on Tuesday. I'm not sure who you're playing, but all due respect to them. Let's talk about that game against Pembroke. Can you guys go up there and defeat them?
I think we can. It's going to show us where we're at this point in the season, and from there on out, we're going to know if we need to get better because that's the best team in the league, and we're going to have to beat them to win it all. So it's going to show us where we're at mentally, physically, and pretty much we're going to use it as a base to see where we're at and what we can do for the rest of the season.
And obviously, we'll go back to you, Ryan, one of the seniors on the team. A win over a team like Portsmouth, they're always in the mix. And you guys showed that, hey, you know, we're back for more this year and we're ready to take a step against all comers, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we knew Portsmouth was going to be a battle. They have a really good coach. We knew that he was just going to try to run fundamentals. He was just going to try to outplay us. But, I mean, we ended up on top, so that's all we can ask for.
Last one for you, Keith. Joe Slattery, quarterback of the football team. I've never seen him play basketball. He did not play tonight. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Can he play some ball? Is that going to just give you more depth?
No, it's going to make us have a point guard. If we have that point guard, we can win more games. We'll get more points. We'll get more transition. Yeah.
Let's look at the knee here. What's going on with the knee? You okay?
Right. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just being a little baby. Just icing it up, you know what I mean? Getting ready for practice tomorrow, going right back at it. This game's over.
All right, Pelham victorious. Season opener at home. What a great crowd. What a great atmosphere in the Snake Pit. They win at 44-38. Ryan Frank, Jake Norris, and Keith Brown. Pelham's 1-0. Matt Regan, head coach. I'm sure you're relieved to get that one over because it looked like easy street for you guys. You're up 16, 18 points at one time. What were you thinking down the stretch when they were making that run that you thought was going to come, but just doesn't seem like it was gonna?
At first, I was hoping, we'd have a guy step up and make a big play. Unfortunately, that didn't happen throughout until Ryan Frank made, I think he went 6 for 6 from the line in the fourth quarter. So, I think it was all 6 points that we scored in the fourth. So, he made some big plays down the stretch, made some big free throws. I was happy with the way we played defense with about 2.5 minutes left to go. It seemed like we had lost all the momentum, and they made a couple nice runs, but Keith and Cloutier and Jake, they did a nice job rebounding in that final 2.5 minutes.
You guys don't have a ton of size. Cloutier's 6'4", but he's a wing player. I thought Dylan Silvestri did a great job, especially in that first half. It seemed like he was on the offensive glass all over the place and causing them some problems. Not like they're real tall either, but I thought you guys have a real solid team all the way around, and when you get Slattery back, that's going to help you even more so.
Yeah, and also Lapalisse. He's usually our energy guy off the bench, our big guy, physical, and he can rebound. So we'll get better as the two of those guys come back. But I really loved the way Dylan played tonight. That was his first introduction to varsity basketball, and the way he hustles, the way he always gets his hands on loose balls and stuff like that, I thought that made the difference for 3 quarters. Now we got to work on him, mentally in the game and making good decisions in the fourth quarter so we can leave him out there.
What about having Keith only score 3 tonight and you guys still win and controlled the game for the most part?
Well, right now we're asking a lot out of him till Joe gets back. He's kind of running the point for us. And that's all new to him. So I think I've got to do a better job of working some plays off him from the point guard position where we can get him coming off screens and scoring and stuff like that, because he's definitely one of our top scorers. And again, we'll always take a win, but we're not going to win too many games if he's scoring 3 points. Ryan Frank really did a nice job picking up the slack tonight. But again, that Portsmouth team's going to get very good very fast. I think Jim's one of the best in the business. He definitely exposed some of the things we weren't prepared for in the second half. They completely switched up things that they were doing, and we weren't ready for that. So that's something that we're going to work on and go back to the drawing board and fix so that we don't lose 16-point leads.
How do you keep the kids from looking ahead past your game on Tuesday to that game on Friday night here when Pembroke comes in?
Well, that's called 8 a.m. practice tomorrow. That is in preparation for Milford, and we'll worry about Pembroke after we play Milford. So, you gotta take games as one step at a time. You don't look ahead. You practice and prepare for the next team that's coming up.
Good win tonight by the Pythons, 44-38 against Portsmouth. Matt Regan, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Coach. What a night on opening night of the New Hampshire High School basketball season. Pelham survives against Portsmouth, 44-38. They led this one by 16 going into the fourth quarter, but Portsmouth, a furious comeback. They actually got it within 2 at one point in the final seconds, but some big free throws down the stretch by Ryan Frank. Pelham survives. As I said earlier, Frank leading the way, 18 points. They also had Jake Vac Norris in double figures with 11. Ryan Cloutier finished with 6. Keith Brown only 3 points tonight. Generally one of their leading scorers. Had an off night, but they're still able to win. For Portsmouth, Pat Glenn led the way. Had a big 3 late. 9 points for him. Charlie LaHoo, all 8 of his points in the second half, including a big 3-pointer that really kind of gave Portsmouth hope down the stretch. Devon Wilson-Miles finished with 6 points, but tale of 2 halves really. Portsmouth only 13 first half points. They got down big. They were able to rally as Pelham struggled in the second half, only 16 points. But Pelham's 1-0. Portsmouth 0-1 to start the season. It's great to be in the gym. Little basketball right here on nhsportspage.com. For John Kesty, my name's Pete Terrier. We'll see you next week at a gym near you.